Absolutely, and we will be building on that, looking at statements from Pakistan that appear to be shifting its narrative on India's recent drone strike. On May the 8th, the Pakistani military claimed it had shot down all incoming drones, but later that day, Defence Minister Khawaja Asif said the drones flew at 35,000 feet and may have used stealth technology. Then, in a new twist on May the 9th, the same minister said Pakistan deliberately avoided intercepting the drones to protect sensitive locations. The contradictory statements have raised eyebrows and questions about Pakistan's defence preparedness and credibility. Of course, looking at this, Major General Gigi Dwivedi, I'd like to come back to you. India's narrative has remained the same throughout these escalating tensions. Retaliatory, only responding to provocations. With the mixed messaging that we're seeing on a global scale, this has been taking place in interviews on global news networks. Where does Pakistan go from this, given the two contrasting images here from India and Pakistan?
Well, Joshua, first and foremost, I think Pakistan leadership, the military, did not expect such a response from India, because they thought that it would be one odd hit like Balakot or some rap on the knuckle. I think they have been caught off the guard. They were not prepared for such an escalation, and now they are into a logjam and they are running around their friends and allies, or China or Iran or Turkey, to come and bail them out. Now that is point number one. The second issue is, Joshua, we have been bringing this to the world polity, that look, this we are dealing with not a neighbor, we are dealing with a terrorist state. And their own leaders have accepted over a period of time, whether it was Musharraf or Imran Khan or the current leadership, that yes, they had hosted, nurtured the terrorists, but now they have wound up the shop. Not really. They are just changing the names. Like Lashkar-e-Taiba is now Jamaat-e-ud-Dawa. So the point is that Pakistan still is a terrorist state. Point number one. The point number two is the role of the global polity. Let me tell you about China. I was a defense attaché there for good some time and commanded my forces against Chinese. Chinese have a very dual type of approach. They have an understanding with Lashkar-e-Taiba, with Jaish-e-Mohammed. Please keep up Xinjiang, because they are worried that these people can also have some influence, some tie-up, because please remember, terrorism is a global network. It is all linked up with Al-Qaeda and Hamas and Houthis and Hezbollah. All these people are in part of the same game. So therefore, it is a global terrorism, and we have been trying to sensitize the world, but world was not actually looking at it. Sometimes they are calling it the internal movement, sometimes they are calling, oh, these are the freedom fighters and all that. But the point is, I think why this is the time to nail it down, and Chinese are very clever, because they all know how to use Pakistan. They know that Pakistan is a client state. And also Americans, many times they have been talking double talk, because they have some axe to grind as far as Afghanistan is concerned. They need some kind of support from Pakistan. So my point is, while we sensitize the global polity, but we need to carry on with our own business. Let's not get too carried away with the global opinion. Strong nations always act, and that is the lesson we need to learn. Whether they're Chinese or Americans, they do what they want to do, and then the world can lump it up. So I think while we are doing all the diplomatic legwork, but we should not miss out on our main focus, that is to pin Pakistan down, make it realize that this game is not going to go on, and if they still don't behave, then they'll have to pay a very, very heavy price, I would say cost prohibitive price, and that is the only way forward. I only hope sense prevails and the good friends of Pakistan come to put some sense into the head that, okay, back off, otherwise the game is going to be very different this time. The narrative is totally different. Joshua.
Yes, Major General Gigi Dwivedi. Thank you also to Jayant Krishna and Dilip Cherian for joining us in that longer discussion on the ongoing tensions between India and Pakistan. We will be across all of those developments